Hi everyone, so welcome to this new video, and in the previous one we have already seen from articles 1 to 4 of the Constitution of India. So in case you have not watched, please do that because we are starting a series on the articles of the Constitution. So we'll be doing all the articles one by one. Now let's talk about articles 5 to 11, which is present in part 2 of the Constitution of India. Now it deals with the topic of citizenship. Now citizenship otherwise also has been in news recently for quite a long time because of the Citizenship Amendment Act. So I request you that please be aware about the provisions of the act, but we are not going to discuss those pointers. What we are going to discuss here is about the content of the articles or the provisions, you can say, which are present in the Constitution of India. So let's start with Article 5. It reads as, and again before I begin this series, I would request you please have a copy of the Constitution or the hard copy or the soft copy, either way you are comfortable with, so that you will be reading them one by one as we are proceeding, because I'm not written all the articles verbatim here. So I'll just be explaining the pointers and you'll have the exact wordings of the Constitution in front of you. Okay, now the Article 5 reads as citizenship at commencement of the Constitution. So it says at the commencement of this Constitution. So we are talking about this particular date, 26th of January 1950. So at the commencement of this Constitution, every person who has his domicile where in the territory of India. So the first pointer is any person who is having or who had a domicile in the territory of India on this particular date. And the other pointers are and who was born in the territory of India or either of whose parents was born in the territory of India. So the first pointer is either the person should have a domicile in the territory of India. If you're talking about the birth, then the person, we are talking about the birth of the person concerned, himself or herself. So we are talking the person who was born in the territory of India, self, right? Or either of whose parents were born in the territory. So either the parents, like either of the parents or the person born by herself or himself. Then we are telling the another point here is who has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India. So either domicile or birth or residence, but ordinary resident in the territory of India for not less than 5 years immediately preceding such commencement, we are talking about this date, shall be a citizen of India. So anybody who has been as a domicile in the territory of India or birth either of the person or of either parents or ordinary resident for not less than 5 years, all these people are going to be the citizen of India. So basically this article is recognizing that who all are the citizen of India at the commencement of the Constitution on this particular date. So this was Article 5. Next we talk about Article 6, 7, 8. So it talks about rights of citizenship of certain persons. All those persons, now we'll be seeing the detail. So certain persons who have migrated to India from Pakistan, and then you have all the details, the different dates and like you have 19th of July 1948 on or after, and then you have different dates. So these minute details are not that important. What is important is the heading, like Article 6 talks about or Article 7 talks about or 8 talks about which all categories of persons. So here we are talking about the rights of citizenship of different categories of persons in these articles. So in Article 6, for instance, we are talking about the rights of citizenship of certain persons, right? Please remember this word, who have migrated to India from Pakistan. So here we are talking about from Pakistan to India. Okay? Next is Article 7 is about who are the migrants to Pakistan. Okay, so it says rights of citizenship of certain migrants to Pakistan. Here it is from Pakistan to India. Here it is from India to Pakistan. Then it says persons of Indian origin who are residing outside India. So these are the different categories, but then what are their rights with respect to the citizenship? That is what is discussed in all these articles. But here they are mentioning different dates and acts, etc. That is not important from the examination perspective. But what categories of people are considered is very important. So remember this. If you want, you can read the articles yourself by yourself as well. Then Article 9 reads as persons voluntarily acquiring citizenship of a foreign state not to be citizens. So what it is telling is that no person shall be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 5. This is Article 5. So no person, they are telling, shall be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 5 or be deemed to be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 6 or Article 8. Because if these all people, like anybody who has voluntarily अपनी मर्जी से, ठीक है, स्वेच्छा से, if they have voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign state, then either with respect to Article 5 or with respect to Article 6 or with respect to Article 8, either in these, in any of these category, the person will not be considered as the citizen of India if they have acquired the citizenship of a foreign state by themselves voluntarily. Then we have Article 10. So it talks about the continuance of the rights of citizenship. It says every person who is or is deemed to be a citizen of India under any of the foregoing provisions of this part shall subject to the provisions of any law that may be made by Parliament continue to be such citizen. So any person, whom we are considering the citizen of India under part 2, we are discussing part 2. So under this part, anybody who is considered or who is deemed to be a citizen of India. Now what will happen in that case? If Parliament is making any law or any provision by law, then these persons will continue to be the citizen of India. ऐसा नहीं है कि पार्लियामेंट ने कुछ नया प्रोविजन ऐड कर दिया लॉ में तो ये पर्सन्स की सिटीजनशिप को खतरा है, नहीं है. दे विल कंटिन्यू टू बी द सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया. दैट इज वाई दिस आर्टिकल टॉक्स अबाउट द कंटिन्यूएंस ऑफ द राइट्स. उनको जो अधिकार है बीइंग अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया वो कंटिन्यू होता रहेगा. देन आर्टिकल 11 सेज पार्लियामेंट टू रेगुलेट the right of citizenship by law. So it is telling that any kind of regulation, which is made with respect to the right of citizenship, of course by law, that is in the hand of Parliament. Like it is the right of the Parliament to regulate all these things by law. So it reads as nothing in the foregoing provisions of this part matlab part 2 shall derogate from the power of the Parliament. पार्लियामेंट से कोई भी अधिकार छीना नहीं जाएगा विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस पार्ट टू मेक एनी प्रोविजन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू ईदर एक्विजिशन ऑफ सिटीजनशिप, आप अक्वायर कर रहे हैं, आपको सिटीजनशिप मिल रही है, एंड टर्मिनेशन ऑफ सिटीजनशिप, आपकी सिटीजनशिप टर्मिनेट हो रही है, खत्म हो रही है, एंड ऑल अदर मैटर्स विच आर रिलेटिंग टू सिटीजनशिप. सो ईदर इट इज अबाउट अक्वायरिंग और इट इज अबाउट टर्मिनेशन और इट इज अबाउट एनी अदर मैटर with respect to citizenship, उससे related अधिकार जो है by law पार्लियामेंट ही लेकर आ सकती है. This is Article 11. So we are done with Articles 5 to 11 which is given in the Constitution of India. But now what we are discussing, I'll just briefly talk about this. This is not something which we'll be discussing in detail. So this is something which is given in your LAXMIKANTH book. It is not mentioned in the Constitution of India, but these pointers are important to be remembered. So I have just given you the keywords. You can read the detail in the book also. So it talks about the Citizenship Act. Now what you need to remember is that if somebody asks you that with respect to citizenship, what is present in the Constitution? So in the Constitution there are these articles which are present. Articles 5 to 11 which is present in part 2. Now these articles are talking about either who is the citizen at the commencement of the Constitution. So these are the people. Then it is telling about the rights of the citizenship of certain category of person who either migrated from Pakistan to India or who migrated to Pakistan, or people who were persons of Indian origin but they are residing outside India. So we are talking about their rights. Then we are also talking about those people who will not be considered as citizen who have voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign state. Then we are also talking about the continuance, that even if the Parliament makes certain provisions, the rights of those citizens will continue to happen, and then Parliament will be able to regulate the right of citizenship. But when somebody asks you that how can you acquire the citizenship or how your citizenship is terminated or lost, Now these pointers are not given in the constitution. So this is why, you know, I explained it again and again, that these are not given in the constitution. This comes from Citizenship Act 1955, which has been amended from time to time, the recent one being in 2019, you know, which you call as CAA. So this was the same thing, Citizenship Amendment Act. Okay, this is amendment 2019. So this is the basic act, you know, the main act, and then it got amended further. Now, with respect to the Citizenship Act 1955, there are 5 methods of acquisition of citizenship. जिसे आपको citizenship acquire हो सकती है, मिल सकती है, which is given. So it talks about either by birth or by descent or by registration or by naturalization or by incorporation of territory. Now again, what are the details? Because again they have given several cut-off dates in all these categories. So उस पे नहीं जाना है हमें. We just need to remember the methods, the different methods of acquisition of citizenship. And here we are telling about the methods of loss of citizenship. What are the methods by which it can happen? So the loss of citizenship can happen either by renunciation or termination or deprivation. Okay, so just remember these keywords and of course just go through these articles. So in the coming video we'll talk about the other further articles, which is part 3 on fundamental rights. So I hope you are enjoying these classes. If you are doing that, please do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Please let other people know about it. And also in the Anjan Color series, I have been uploading 1-minute video every single day. So in polity, I've already done the schedules of the constitution and preamble. And in history, I think by today, 12 videos of the terminologies. So imagine in one video, I'm covering about 8 to 10 keywords, or sometimes 7 also, but 7 to 10 keywords. Now imagine 12 videos I've already covered. So how many words you have already got, and I already have a few more videos to cover. So please do not forget to check that, because in the prelims, many of the questions, this year also I think 3 or 4 questions were just from the terminologies of history words, which we are in day-to-day life not aware about. So that will genuinely help you, right? So thank you so much guys. See you in the next video. Take care till then. Bye bye. Take care.